up, Tank Nerds? Lottie here again. Right, today on the agenda is painting, more painting, arts and craft, and painting. So yeah, lots of painting happening today. Okay, what are we going to do? I'm going to quickly run you guys through what we've been up to on the Ferret, because I think I've missed quite a lot, just because there's lots of little jobs. So just going to sort of clump them all together, and then I'll explain why we're painting so much. Right, let's get into it. Okay, here is the Ferret, looking rather grand. Now, this is the first coat of paint. I'm going to have to go over the whole thing again, add another layer of green to it. It's going to look exactly the same, but we just need to get a few more layers onto it. Now, since the last video, I think, it wasn't even technically this color. It was only this color in one of the bits of the video. Regardless, what are we going to be doing? What have we done? We've cleaned up the glass, so this is original. We're just waiting on some globes. So the globes should be here very shortly, and then I can wire those up. Again, waiting for some globes, but that's wired up and cleaned up the glass on that, which actually I've got in my little drawer, in my fragile drawer. Here we go. So yeah, this one needs a little bit of cleaning up still, but this one has come out rather nicely. So yeah, got to do that one. That'll be the indicators done. This wheel is completely finished now, except for tire black. We need a tire blacket. So the hub is done, the brakes are done. This is a new tire with a new tube and a new inner. That one's an old one, all the others are old. Hence why there's hubs. We're doing all the wheels. It's also why it's currently jacked up on one side. One thing that we do need to add is red, little bits of red paint on the top of those studs. Why those ones? Pretty straightforward. This is a split rim. We've been doing a ton of what do you call it? Ton of wheel prep and stuff or whatever. So we put little red dots on these ones because for people who aren't familiar, being a split rim, not everyone knows what those are. So if you take all of these off, you have a bomb. So this can actually fly off and hit you. So you paint the top of those red. It also sets, the wheel off a little bit. So yeah. Also, because I can't help myself, these are left-hand thread. So yeah, do with that information as you will. But I know some people are getting cranky at me for my left-hand thread talk. But yeah, left-hand thread on a Ferret. Who would have guessed? Rightio. Enough of that. Let's continue on. Yeah, we still need to get all of our little bits and pieces for the front. So we need the shovel, fire extinguisher goes there, and the pick that goes here, and we'll get some rope and chain, do it all up. We've got the antenna holder, which is really good. We're trying to get some more antennas. Got antennas for our Ferret, but not this one. But I think we've found a source. We're getting new mirrors because we've only got the one mirror. So we're going to take this one off. The other one's broken. You can you can see where it's broken off there. I've also replaced the horn. The horn works really well now. It's an aftermarket doohickey, but it looks the part, and once you paint it all up, nobody can really notice. Also, loud as anything, which is really nice. The barrel of the gun, I'm still not sure what color. Obviously black, but whether or not we leave it that sort of shininess, or if I put a matte finish on it, don't know. We'll figure that one out later. We put cushions on so you don't bonk your head, and glue it on there. Still got to fit this one. So this is the backrest. I just got to clean up that inside edge. And it goes on the lip just up there. So I still need to fit that. We got to move the fuel tank into the actual fuel tank. But we're still waiting on a few electrical items. Losing my voice. What else do we have to do? Oh, I fitted the guard for the exhaust, and there's normally a reflector marker goes here, but, and this is the problem that we are facing, at some point in their lives, it looks like, no, it's just light. At some point in their lives, these had stop lights and indicator lights fitted here, the big round ones, which I'll show in a second. The problem is the original unit markings went right there. I'll insert a picture on it right now. So yeah, unit marking went there. Problem is I'm putting the light there and we're going to have a number plate here, so I can't really put unit markings here. I have seen them on this side. Thing is, I would like to put a jerry can here and then you can't see it. Also a fire extinguisher here, probably, if we can find the bracket. So I've actually taken that off and I've made up a little plate, and so our unit or rear unit marking is going to go there. It's a red and yellow 41, as you guys just saw. So that's what I'm doing today, kind of. Now on the front, I'm thinking we're going to put the unit marking here because this is where they are on almost every picture that I've seen. And we're going to put the original number along the top in white, as the Australians did. I.e., I'm not going to paint it black. I know the British ones, they make this black and they put white numbers on it. The Australian ones that I've seen is just the white lettering. So that's what I'm going to do. Even though this isn't technically the Australian color scheme, he still wants it to keep a little bit of that original authenticity. So yeah, I'm undecided yet whether or not to add the weight marking. So sometimes they put a little yellow circle with the tonnage for bridge crossings, not the exact tonnage of the vehicle. They tend to round them up. I think these are like 4 or 5. Sometimes they put them there, but again, we're putting the unit markings there, and I kind of want to leave it because we don't want to like completely cover it. So I'm thinking down here, just so it catches your eye, but not completely. Also, I've done the underguard, so all that's actually black. It's not a shadow. I've completely painted that, and once this is painted black and you get the red, I think it's going to really pop. So we very much are on the final sort of hurdles. Yeah, I think that's a quick little overview. Alright, I'm going to show you what I mean by these unit markings. So you've already seen the picture. Keep it in your head. Alright, here we have, so this is the bracket that I pulled off the rear. So that's normally where the reflector goes. But I've made this. I've already marked out the holes. And that goes that way. So I've got to drill out those holes. That way I can drill it on without it interfering. And this is going to be our unit markings, which I am still trying to find all the information about. But obviously it's a bisected square, red and yellow, with white 41 written on it. The red and the yellow generally mean it's part of the Royal Armoured Car. That's both in British and Australian service. To my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong. Unit markings really aren't my forte, but still learning. The 41, I am still trying to find out exactly what the 41 means. I've seen almost every number under the sun written in the exact sort of thing. I might even show some pictures of that. So yeah, we're going to get some paint today, and I'm going to have the job of painting this. So I'm going to prime it up first. I'm going to paint this black actually, and paint this. So we'll go get some paint, and hopefully in this video, we'll have something resembling a unit marking. Okay, we are back from shopping. We've done quite a bit, so I'll show you that now. Okay, we are at the rear of the Ferret. So I have dummy fitted the new lights. So these are our new brake lights, and they're cute little holders, which again, as I was explaining, it's the reason why we can't have the unit markings there. I've just left the wires up for now so I can put a conduit over them. We're gonna have to take the rear decks off again because we do need to still do the temp sensor when it finally arrives, whenever that is. And when we do that, I'll remove this, and then I can conduit up the inside so we have running lights. Obviously it's sad that we couldn't use the originals, but hey, this is better for safety. You can see these a lot better. I was a little bit not super duper keen because this is going to be a road registered vehicle having dull lights in a sheath like so. So yeah, these, even though they're LEDs, this should illuminate just as a constant, which would actually look pretty good. So that's the thought process behind those. So yep, we got them. We're not using this jerry can. This is just a placeholder, so you can imagine it. So this is where the jerry can's going to go. Now, fire extinguishers. Again, this is going to be a running vehicle. I did want to get originals, but that is just impossible because they would be all beyond date. So we are fitting fire extinguishers of almost the exact size. I'm gonna have to move them a little bit, but it's basically gonna sit there. I might actually put it out a little bit. Basically, they need to be lower than the side so you don't accidentally knock them over. But you also want to be able to access the jerry can, so we'll work something out for that. But on the front, they work marvelous. We got a new shovel and new pick, so I'm gonna leave the wood colored, and I'm gonna paint everything else black. This goes there. So yeah, and I will ask the owner what he wants me to do with the writing on this. We do have red. I would rather not cover it up because it is safety and all that. I don't know. I'll leave him to make that decision. It is his vehicle. So yeah, really happy about that. Now, lights. Avert your eyes for a second. Sorry, mirrors. So, I've left the original brackets on there. So if we ever do find original light mirrors, we can use them. However, we found these for a Harley Davidson. Now I'm going to rough them up, obviously, paint them all nice and groovy, and they will work pretty spot on, and they don't get in the way, and they still utilize the same bracket as the originals, which is really good. The horn misses, which I'm really happy about. I do have to make up a little lock mechanism for the pick head, and I've got to bend that up. Now over to, this is the spare tire which Peter has put together, and he's painted the little red dots. So yeah, so this will be our spare tire, and the little red dots, as you can see, they are on the split rim itself, to indicate not to touch these ones. And we'll clean up a little bit of that sort of red there. So yeah, the reason we do that, as I mentioned before, if you undid all of those bolts as they are right now, there's a inflated tube in there, and it can explode outwards, which you don't really want to do. So we'll paint those ones exactly the same, but leaving the wheel studs unpainted. Also, I've countersunk and drilled in these little screws. Gonna have to cut them a bit more flush and paint my little thing. That way, like ideally I didn't want to sort of screw into them, but you won't notice once it's all painted up. So I think it looks rather groovy. Cool. If I get the painting done today, because I'm filming this on the day that I'm releasing it, if I finish the painting today, you'll see it. If not, I'll put it on the next video. But you will see it eventually. So, alright. Yeah, if that is the end of the video, then I will see you guys on the next one. If not, you'll see me in a second. But regardless, enjoy yourselves. Bye.